हेलो दोस्तों, स्वागत है आप सभी का हमारे चैनल इग्नो सेंटर पर। तो दोस्तों, आज हम जो आपके साथ समरी डील करने जा रहे हैं वो समरी है आपका द सनशाइन कैट बाय कमला दास। और इसका हम आपको फुल रिटर्न जो नोट्स है वो प्रोवाइड कराने जा रहे हैं। तो दोस्तों, अगर आप हमारे चैनल के साथ नए हैं तो ज़रूर चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिएगा और एक लाइक और कमेंट कर दीजिएगा ताकि हमको इंस्पिरेशन मिले। और हम अगर हमारे वीडियो पर कोई इम्प्रूवमेंट करना हो तो आपके कमेंट के द्वारा हम अपनी वीडियो पर इम्प्रूवमेंट करने की कोशिश ज़रूर करेंगे। तो दोस्तों, बढ़ते हैं हमारी समरी की तरफ। द सनशाइन कैट बाय कमला दास। द पोएम द सनशाइन कैट is taken from the collection of poem titled Summer in Calcutta 1965. It shows the difference between lost and love in a very convincing manner. It is a personal poem having universal implication. The poet has approached the tragic consequence of the life of lost wherein there is no space for the emotional and spiritual satisfaction. She has adopted the female perspective for highlighting the predicament of a helpless and frustrated woman in the modern male dominated society. तो दोस्तों, ये समरी का जो इंट्रोडक्शन होता है, जैसे समरी में जो आपका जो स्टोरी है वो कब लिखा गया था, किस विषय में लिखा गया था, उस हिसाब से। और अब हम जो करने जा रहे हैं वो आपका द सनशाइन कैट का एनालिसिस है। तो दोस्तों, ये एनालिसिस भी आपको इसमें एक ब्रीफ समरी डिटेल देखने को मिल जाएगा। तो दोस्तों, इन दिस ओपनिंग पैसेज ऑफ द पोएम द सनशाइन कैट which can be read in full here. The poet highlights the disastrous consequences of the life of lost which often end in destruction and death. It so that only real love can give a person emotional and spiritual satisfaction. The poem realistically deals with the pathos of a forlorn woman who failed to get real love in life. She was sexually ill-treated and exploited by those whom she loved and were known to her. The indulged in lust but denied her the emotional and spiritual thrills of love. She particularly referred to one person among them whom she really loved but got nothing in return. Unfortunately, the man that therefore her lustful husband overlooked her emotional needs and limited himself to the gratification of his lust only. Ironically, he was not only selfish but also a cowardly person. He never bothered to have emotional rapport with her. He neither loved her nor used her but remained a ruthless watcher only who kept a close watch over her relation with other men. This passage shows the difference between lust and love in life. For Kamala Das, lust is limited to the gratification of sensual desire only. It is one-sided relationship in which the emotional need of the other partner is sexual relationship are sadly overlooked. It is a momentary relationship in which no lasting unification is possible. Love, on the other hand, is a timeless spiritual relationship. It is a confessional poem in which the poet highlights the tragic consequences of forced arranged loveless marriage. It is full of pathos in which the poet's suffering seems to have no end. The female persona in the poem suffer physically as well as mentally at the hand of her husband, who neither loved her nor used her. She loved him, but her love was not reciprocated. She was suspected of having affair with other men, but her selfish and cowardly husband, the man she approached for genuine love, turned out to be cynic, having no faith in the goodness of human nature. They were in no way different from her selfish and lustful husband. The man she chose for getting genuine love were cynical, having no trust in the basic goodness of human nature. She clung to their chest overgrown with new hair, like great winged moths, and buried her face into the smell of their skins. She submit herself to their young greed to forget the longing for real love, but they too prove selfish and cruel like her husband, for they could offer her nothing but lust. She frankly admitted that it was not in her nature to love anybody. Being wicked, she had lost all her relevance as woman in their eyes. Maximum they could be kind and helpful to her in case of any emergency. In this line, the poet became totally fed up with her martial as well extra massive relationship in life. She was shocked to learn that all her love had neither love nor lust but only lived sympathy for her. The female persona was totally disillusioned by her husband as well as her other lovers, none bothered to satisfy her emotional cum spiritual needs after being released from their cultures. She left for room to relax on her soft bed and started shedding copious tears due to cynical and hostile attitude for her lustful lovers. She fears that she would go mad if, in this tensed state of mind, she had built wall of tears around her and enclosed herself within their boundaries. Being self-lost and dejected, she had consequently alienated herself from the mainstream of life. Frustration in love is always disastrous. It disturbs a dejected lover mentally and creates vacuum in his or her life. The female personal frustration in martial and extra-martial relationship have a disastrous impact on her life. She loses all her balance of mind and undergoes intense emotional and intellectual suffering. She opts for a life of isolation and lost all interest in life. It is an autobiographical passage which has a direct bearing on the life of Kamala Das. In this line, the life of female persona is all destabilized due to her frustrations and disillusionment in love. She was shocked to learn that she had no relevance as a woman, having any dignified identity. She had finally realized that her self-styled loves were cynic, having no love for her. Her husband locked her up in the morning in a room full of books. A streak of sunlight penetrated into the room and it lay there near the door. It took like a yellow cat meant to be her constant company. But soon the winter season set in. One day, while her husband was locking her in the room, he visualized the sneaking of light seemed like a cat reduced to a very hair thin line. By the time he returned home in the evening to take his wife out of confinement, sorry, he discovered that she was cold and on the verge of death. She had lost her youthful appearance, freshness, and fascination. Moreover, she had lost all the very urge to participate in sexual acts due to non-stop suffering and humiliation which she had undergone at the hand of her clinical husband. Finally, she had become useless as an object of sexual exploitation. Life of isolation and humiliation always end in premature destruction and death. The poet felt suffocated in the life of confinement and lost her balance of mind. It compelled her to snap all her ties with the external world. She was totally dehumanized and lost her relevance as a woman, unfit for sexual purpose. All types of lustful relationship, material, martial or extramartial, share a common tragic fate. What a thought! So, friends, here, common tragic fate. Your summary analysis was ended, and if you have any query, so you can comment below on our comment box and give more idea that how can we make helpful video for you all to get more help in your studies. So friends, hope this summary make you all satisfied with your queries, and thank you.